Hello, you're welcome. Please subscribe to this channel. Now let's have a look at this question. It says a fair coin is tossed twice. So it means that a coin is tossed twice. A. List the possible outcome. B. Find the probability of obtaining Roman number 1, a head and a tail. Roman number 2, exactly 2 tails. Roman number 3, no tail. And then the last one is at least 1 tail. All right. So when you toss a coin twice, it's the same as tossing 2 coins at the same time. So when you toss it once, the possible outcome will be possible outcome. When you toss it once, it will be a head, that I'll use H, and a tail, I'll use T. At the same time, when you toss it the second one, or the second time, it will be head, that is H, or tail, and that is T. So I cannot draw a table to construct my answer. So I said earlier that when you toss a coin, it's either a head or a tail that will show. So the possible outcome is telling you all the things that you get, that's the result of an experiment. So if you are tossing if you toss it twice, you can get head, head, or head, tail, or tail, head, or tail, tail. So a possible outcome is equal to head, 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 tail, tail, head, or tail, tail. And then the number of possible outcome is 4. So number of x is equal to 4. Let me explain this place again. When you toss a coin, it's either you get a head or a tail. Now we are tossing this coin 2 times. So you can get head, head, or head, tail, or tail, head, or tail, tail. So the possible outcome is what I've written here. Then let's come to B. Roman number 1. They say, what is the probability of obtaining a head and a tail? So what it means is that when you are tossing a coin, you want to find a chance that, oh, this one you get a head and a tail. Now you look at our possible outcome. Which place can we get a head and a tail? A head means 1 head, and a tail means 1 tail. And then it is here, you can get 1. Here, you can get, here you get 1, here to 1. So it is 2. So a head and a tail is 2. So Roman number 2, the Roman number 1, B, that's Roman number 1, you'll be getting number of events. So it means the event is now the probability of obtaining a head and a tail. So number of E is equal to 2. That is head, tail. They say a head and a tail. So you can get a head here and a tail. You can get a tail and a head. So it's 2. So probability is equal to number of events out of number of sample space. That's the outcome. And here the event is 2 out of 4. And that is giving me 1 out of 2. Okay, let's come to Roman number 2. Roman number 2 says that exactly 2 head. And if you look at the table I constructed here, exactly 2 head is just 1. So here, number of E is equal to 1. So probability is equal to number of X, number of E over number of X, which is equal to the E, that's the event, that's the probability of obtaining exactly 2 head, which is 1 out of 4. So the answer is 1 out of 4. That is for Roman number 2. Roman number 3. They say what's the probability of obtaining no tail? So no tail means head, and it is only 1. It is only 1. So Roman number 3, probability is equal to number of X, E, over number of X, which is giving me 1 out of 4, which is the same as 1 out of 4. So the probability of obtaining no tail is 1 out of 4. Then the last one, the probability of obtaining at least 1 tail. So it means that if you take the table, the least that you have must be a tail. So if you take the table, you have 1, 2, 3. So Roman number 4, probability of obtaining at least 1 tail is number of E out of number of X. And then at least 1 tail, we have 3. So that is 3 out of 4. And then my final answer is the same as 3 out of 4. And then this one, alternatively, with the last one, Roman number 4 again, we know entire probability must not exceed 1. So if the probability of no tail is 1 out of 4, when you subtract it from 1, then you can get probability of obtaining at least 1 tail. So alternatively, probability of obtaining at least 1 tail is equal to 1 minus no tail, which is 1 out of 4. And then I said earlier in my videos that if you don't watch that video, go back and watch it. If you are subtracting a proper fraction from 1, don't stress yourself. Just ask yourself, what number will I add to the numerator to make it the same as the denominator? That is 3. So the answer becomes 3 out of 4. So you realize that this place and this place are the same. So whether you use this method or use this method, you get the same answer. Thank you for watching.